Hello, I think I'm coming through. People are asking for commentary, so I guess I'll give it. Sorry we're coming in late, getting back from the Cheesecake Factory here, but it looks like we've got a good race on our hands. I've never heard of Spark First, but I'm told that is what Jaspix is up to. KylePrecise out in Sparkman stage here, so I think he's actually on Robot Master number 8. Yes, we do have that up on screen. So it's just weird to see Needle 7th, honestly. So we do have a good race going on here. But Jaspix does still have a stage to make up, despite the fact Kyle's taken a couple of deaths. We did see Jaspix with that death on Gemini Man. A couple of weird things going on in this race earlier, too. I do like that Kyle made that E-Tank grab in Gemini off the top of the screen with Rush Coil. That's always worth shouting out. When is Kyle going to beam out of here and get into the 8 robots? It's a sub-18 kill of Spark, at least. So he's in good shape. We'll come up with some jokes eventually here. Figure out if anybody else is around. Otherwise, we'll just walk you through whatever's going on. As much as we can with Jaspix anyway, because I think he is frozen a little bit here in the first part of Snake Man stage. The little hopping, I don't know what those things are, enemies in Snake Man stage are really annoying. There are good places, good cues for where to shoot them. Now I've got to turn on Kyle's sound. It is silent over there on his side. He got that despawn for the music. Anyway, Snake Man stage, there's a lot of places you can kind of fire some shots off early on, take out those hopping televisions, I don't know what they are, and make short work of them so you can get through the stage relatively quickly. Kyle there in Doc's Shadow, I'm sure you've heard this music despawn by now, which is a weird thing to say, hearing the music despawn. But it is not, there are a couple of really good setups for that. It's not that bad of a trick. Once you're at all good at this game, you should really consider picking that up. It's so much fun to do. Get rid of the lag. The NES, of course, only has that one processor to handle everything, so if you can stop it from having to handle music, you can get through Mega Man faster. So I'm going to continue to sit up a little bit myself so I can actually see what chat is asking as Kyle goes for the good wood of Mega Man 3. That is the trick here. You want to make sure that Leaf Shield comes up with Doc Wood looking to the left so that he fires the Leaf Shield that way. Then you can get through him, assuming you have enough health left. Get to that right-hand side of the screen. Just, you know, saves the time of crossing the screen later. So, I think Kyle had a death in Hairsu screen number 1. Runs out of magnets. Kind of pauses there, weighing his options, but he gets through. That's good. Jaspix, meanwhile, has made his way to the end of Snake Man stage. No real trouble along the way. And they both seem to have plenty of health left for these Robot Masters. Snake Man just seemingly appearing in the middle of the screen, at least on my copy of Jaspix's stream. Okay, I'm that far ahead. Sorry. No, it's cool. I know I got here late. Shoutouts to tech, everybody. Kyle just took care of Doc's Shadow, so that would be bottom right for everybody keeping score at home. It looks like they're actually both in Doc Gemini now, so at least for this one stage, we'll get to see who's ahead. Again, just so everybody knows, we've got the trick with the eggs on this in this stage. You can only have 3 tadpoles on the screen at a time. So as long as you can get those tadpoles to spawn completely out of the way, you can make your life a lot easier so you don't have to actually deal with them directly in your face. First Doc robot here is going to be Flashman. That's alright. I'm trying to get that part going. I'm just talking in general terms. Flashman fights are not that bad as long as you can get all those needles into his face. It looks like Kyle's through. Jaspix is getting there soon. Kyle wants nothing to do with the spike slides up ahead, though. And apologies again, I'm trying to just get this network stream open. Alright, I think I've got it open now in the VLC stream viewer, at least on this side. Okay, cool. Kyle has gone to Doc Spark third. This guy's pretty precise. Please, chat. Okay, so Jaspix is through Doc Gemini at this point. Kyle's working his way through Doc Spark into Doc Metal. Chat will kill me if I talk about Game Boy Mega Man anymore, so I guess I won't. But he is weak to magnets. That part is pretty simple, and Jaspix, it looks like, didn't even go for the music despawn there. So he's going to have to deal with a little bit of extra lag in the next section. I'm not sure if he's going to go for it with the platforms or if he's going to make like Kyle and... Well, no, I don't think Kyle did reach for Rush Jet in this section. It was the second half of Doc Shadow that he did that. Well, everybody's asking about it. Game Boy Mega Man 2, you use metal blades on magnet. So there's that weird coincidence there that in this game you're using magnets on Doc Metal. Alright, Jaspix is going to take Rush Jet over the opening platform section. Kyle's through the falling blocks. Gotta love that falling blocks cause lag. Everything in this game causes lag. Seriously, guys. Oh. Kyle, if you give him one moment, he's going to finish up the top right Doc Robot stage. Making short work of Doc Quick. So I think he only has Doc Needle in the top right left. Jaspix, I think, has gotten through Doc Gemini in the bottom left. He is currently working on Doc Shadow in the bottom right. Alright, so Kyle's going to make his way through the first half of Doc Needle. The first half of Doc Needle is a lot like Vanilla Needle. It's pretty boring, as it would be, just pretty simple. The hardest part is actually getting on Rush at the right times. Jaspix, though, is going through the second half of Doc Shadow, which is, again, Pursue screen number 2. Got the faster net slide on screen there, but Jaspix is through. So he's going to get to deal with Doc Heat. Kyle on Doc Air. I'm not sure who actually has the harder fight right now. Probably Jaspix just because of the health situation. Looks like he got the first hit in, but he's obviously taking some hits himself. He's not going to get the double hit, so he's got to be a little careful here. Oh, no! Jaspix, tell me you have another life left. Okay, good. Well, Kyle, we had our discussions yesterday whether it's the top of the inning or the bottom of the inning or the screen or I don't know what anymore. But he's definitely reducing lag up the top Needle Man stage. Saving that rush jet energy. Jaspix now going around 2. Not able to get that. The trick with Doc Heat is if you hit him with top spin, I think it's the first frame he's vulnerable. He will not go immediately into a second zip across the screen phase, so you can get a double hit and save yourself a cycle. Honestly, the best thing for Jaspix there is that he did not run out of top spin weapon energy going across two fights. And Kyle there, working the Shadow Blades, he really is a fan of the Shadow. I mean, you'll see a lot of people here use snakes. I think he just doesn't like the idea of getting too close to the Met, and of course he just goes and slides into it anyway. Doesn't even want the health. Kyle, please. So, as chat would say at this point, he's going to precisely plant 4 hard knuckles into Doc Crash's face. Jaspix, meanwhile, you saw Kyle earlier use Rush Coil on these screens. He's going to use Rush Jet, which should help him get... Oh, I guess he got the 1-up on this screen, too. Is that a 1-up? Yes. Can't see him not getting this E-Tank. Really, that E-Tank is why you get out Rush Jet for that screen. Meanwhile, Kyle is done with the Doc robots. And Kyle is going to split on Breakman precisely at 29.58. Well, Jaspix still has a few more Doc robots to take care of. Airman's beating him up a little bit here. It's not an easy fight, actually. Airman, whether it's Mega Man 2 or Mega Man 3, is just a pain having to get past all those tornadoes and still shoot him. The nice thing about Mega Man 3 is you can at least slide both through the wind and underneath a couple of the tornadoes. So Jaspix here wisely using that E-Tank before he gets too far out there, because if you pause the game on Rush, Rush goes away, and you do not want to do that over the Great Ravine. So he should be okay for the rest of this stage, but he still has a lot of ground to make up with Doc Spark. Meanwhile, Kyle is working through the underwater section of Wily 1. You can jump out of slides underwater in Mega Man 3. We're not sure what happened to the technology in future games, but that's the place you would do it. So, Kyle, I saw some of his practice runs earlier today, learning a little bit more about this screen and shooting the exact right number of magnets so you can still kill Hardman later, since just like every other Mega Man game, or at least most others, you do not get your weapon energy back between Wily stages. Jaspix is using Search Snakes through the second half of Doc Needle stage. You can see he has to get a little close to that giant Met to land all the hits, and rather than show you the screen transition, I guess we're cutting ahead to killing that porcupine just before Doc Crash, while Kyle battles Kamegoro. Don't jump into that machine, Kyle. You don't want to jump into that machine. Someone will make a clip of it. Alright, so Kyle survives. Jaspix needs to land that hard knuckle, finally gets one. Alright, so Kyle is on the stage without a checkpoint. He's going to try and get through this screen, try and kill all the bees, get to the devil. And if he can kill the Easy Devil easily, well, he'll be very happy. Jaspix, oof. Having a little bit of trouble on this first screen of Doc Spark. Doc Spark's kind of weird in that you have to immediately use either Gemini or Shadow just to get past that enemy. Like, you don't really have a choice in the matter. Since anything you do, you just can't climb the ladder fast enough. I guess you could pause or something there, but any sort of meaningful fast play, you want to just kill him and keep that weapon out. So I don't know if we've completely gone over Easy Devil in any of these streams yet, so let's talk about what's happening here. You can stand inside the Yellow Devil as he's forming up. It's kind of weird. They just forgot to give him a hitbox, so you can just hang out there. So once you're there, you want to line up underneath that eye, you look to the right, he gets knocked left, you tap left, he gets knocked right, and as soon as that last block comes in, you jump and start mashing. The key part of that is you jump, KylePrecise. It's alright though. He still got a lot of hits in, and this is still going to be a pretty quick kill. Not jumping there, just the rate of fire of the Shadow Blade is that you have to... Oh my goodness! You can only have the one on the screen, so if you don't jump, it's hard to get all those shots off on time to actually get enough damage in. I am really glad I just discovered that the shots from the Yellow Devil don't do enough damage to have killed KylePrecise there, because he would have had to do the entire stage all over again. In this case, not using an E-Tank worked out, and fortune favored the bold. And life goes on. Jaspix here didn't really despawn these lightning machines. I think that's one you don't despawn anyway. He's probably concerned about health at this point, because really there's not a lot to do on that screen outside of just charge ahead as fast as you can and hope the lag doesn't slow you down too much. So Kyle is going to work his way through the end of Wily 3 and deal with the Mega Man clones. Jaspix on the right is going to be the interesting part here. Let's see how he handles Doc Quick. Oh, Doc Quick was quick. Fortunately, he picked up that 1-up way back in Doc Needle. Meanwhile, there's your rush glitch there. You can pause the screen with a rush coil or rush jet, Buster Lemon on the screen. You switch weapons, it picks up the properties of that weapon. Thus, you can hit him with a top spin bullet. And, well, that's the end of that, because top spin one-shots the Mega Man clone. So Doc Quick's biggest challenge is he's quick, and just getting contact damage by him is devastating. Whenever you're in that fight, you want to take damage from the quick boomerangs as much as possible, but Jaspix in general there just didn't have a lot of health left. So he's just in a bad situation overall. Mr. Swede pointing out he didn't have an E-Tank to even use, so all the more reason that he just kind of didn't even waste his time. Not that Snake is an especially expensive weapon to use, but save your energy, get it over with, so you can just jump back into that fight quickly. And Kyle is out of topspin. So again, every Mega Man 3 Robot Master is actually weak to their own weapon. Not as weak as other weapons, but still weak to it. So when you do run out of topspin, using Shadow on Shadow is not a bad option. I guess as long as he has Shadow Blades equipped, he's going to take care of the other two Robot Masters you kill with Shadow Blades. Basically, getting through this Mega Man 3 refight room, the teleporter room, you basically want to switch weapons as few times as possible, and because of the menu being split, you generally want to stay on the same page of the menu as much as you can. So there's those two Robot Masters, Magnet and Spark. They're both weak to Shadow Blades. It's a good place to just take them all out at once. Gemini Laser is another good one. He shoots to the right first. That's interesting. So Gemini, weak to Gemini, along with Needle, and he soft locked. No! Oh my goodness! So Kyle should be going straight to typing in a password here. What happened there? So I believe it was figured out by a few people that the two Gemini men, when there's two of them on the screen, are actually separate enemies from the final Gemini man that you fight. And it's possible to kill them both before that final Gemini man actually spawns. What's supposed to happen is you kill one of them, and when they get to the end of that, one runs across the bottom of the screen, one jumps over the screen loop. The game checks, realizes one of them's dead, and moves on, and says, well, let's put the real Gemini Man on the screen. Well, if you kill both of them before that happens, you soft lock, and the game just doesn't know what to do, and you're kind of stuck in that room with nothing to do. There's no way to kill yourself. So Kyle now has gone back, put in the password. He's going to be one stage behind Jaspix now, who just finished off Kamegoro. So Kyle went from having a commanding lead to going too fast. Sometimes you have to go slow to go fast, everybody. And yeah, this is one of those things, late game soft locks. I've seen it before, and you know, in the friendly races, you can get here and you can kind of say, you know, I'll look the other way. Just, you know, add a bunch of time on the end. Not here. So Jaspix, now with a lead to defend, is going in to fight the Yellow Devil. Has to get through these bees. I don't know if he knows his situation. Kyle is going through Wily 1 with purpose. Whereas before you could kind of tell he was a little of a relaxed pace. Now he is going. I can see like little trails of fire behind Mega Man slides. Jaspix in here. I don't know if he can pull off the Easy Devil. But, Kyle would want me to make a Met fan reference here. And all I can think of is he put in the Mets bullpen too early. So Jaspix now standing in Yellow Devil. He's trying to find the spot. That's really where you want to be, because you want to get hit by one of those rocks. He's bailing out. That is not a good start to this fight, not gonna lie. So I think he's going to go and try and set it up on the left side now. You could do it from either side in theory. There's no reason you couldn't get the same Easy Devil kill on the left side of the screen. You just would rather get it on the right side. It's like a bowler throwing a gutter ball on the first shot and then, you know, getting the 10-pin spare. So we're going into the third cycle here, and he's getting bodies. He's got to heal up. Kyle making his way now into Wily 2. You know he's going to get through this with purpose, and he almost got Easy Devil last time. I'm not sure out there if anybody knows in chat, the Mega Man 3 true experts. Hard Knuckle is actually the true weakness of the Yellow Devil. And I would almost think, is Jaspix better served using Hard Knuckle instead of Shadow Blade at this point? Because we're on cycle 5 here. He does finally get the kill. What happened to Kyle? Oh my good Kyle, why? I'm going to turn around and figure out what happened here. He just missed a jump out of a slide. My goodness. It looks like he walked too far along the little claptrap device, the bear trap, and just was caught by the 8-frame slide rule. If you walk halfway across that platform, it's basically a one-tile slide at that point. And just like Gemini Man's stage normally, you need to make sure you have enough frames of sliding so you can get the jump off. Kyle gave me a little bit of a heart attack there, and again now, walking off one of these platforms after getting a drop. I think he probably meant to jump. Kyle here, he's got to take a breath. He's getting caught in all these, you know, trying to go fast moments here. His heart's probably racing right now while Jaspix has worked his way through most of Wily 3. So we'll see how Jaspix handles the Mega Man clones, because we know Kyle can do that. We know Kyle, if he can get the A button press in, should be able to get Easy Devil. He might be a little flustered right now. Easy! So Kyle is 1 for 2 on Easy Devil in this race. Jaspix there looks like he barely caught that clone with it. I guess Topspin doesn't quite one-shot it. Either way, he's through the Mega Man clones. Kyle is still not out of this yet, but every time that he takes a death, Jaspix just gets a little further ahead. So Kyle just needs to stay collected here. Jaspix, meanwhile, working his way through the fake Gutsmen. If Jaspix is not watching Kyle's stream, at this point he's probably noticed in SRL that the race isn't over yet. And he's got to be wondering what's going on. So he's got Needle out. He's going to go to Snake Man, while Kyle is already up to the Mega Man clones. No, Mr. Sweet, it was a Gemini Man softlock. You have to kill Gemini Man, the second Gemini clone, at precisely the right moment. Jaspix is moving forward still. Kyle racing through these Gutsman clone screens. Jaspix reaching for that E-Tank. So Snake Man, you don't really want to fight another Robot Master after Snake Man that is particularly damaging, just because you are going to get hit a lot. I'm not sure why Jaspix went to Hard Knuckle there to finish off Shadow Man. I mean, it worked. And it works that he doesn't have another menu now, but you saw Kyle earlier opt for Shadow Blades for the same thing. So we have quite the race right now. Jaspix does need that health. So it's 3-1 on Robot Master counts here. Jaspix has to keep moving. And Kyle's going to get this Shadow Man kill with top, so he's gaining time quickly. Jaspix is getting caught up here. Jaspix also got caught by the Hard Knuckle freeze up, at least in the Shadow Man fight. I didn't see it for Top Man. Admittedly, was not paying enough attention for it. So Jaspix is going to go with Snakes on Gemini. He's in the second phase of the fight, so he's safe. Nothing wrong with using Snakes on Gemini, except you have some more menuing to do. And you can see he's flipping back and forth between these pages, and that takes a little extra time to switch between the weapons. That's giving Kyle time because of the Robot Master route. And his friend Nadua is going to help Kyle out now, too. Jaspix, land these lasers, please, because Kyle's basically even with you now. Don't get killed by the Needle Man. Oh my goodness, he's ahead by the Needle Man fight. And Nadua strikes again. Oh my goodness. Why, game? Why? Shadow on Magnet. Couldn't really see the fight, but of course, the benefit of using Shadow Blades on Magnet, you can shoot them up. Kyle, founding member of the Cult of the Shadow Blade, now also in the Magnet fight. How is Sparkman going to affect the outcome of this race? Really, I think the question that we're left with now is, can Jaspix get the one-cycle Pinbot? Kyle's trying to leave the refight room, not remembering poor Sparkman. Look, just because Sparkman doesn't have hands doesn't mean you can forget about him. Please. Sparkman, of course, built with 2 electrodes at the end of his arms. Don't forget Sparkman, everybody. Jaspix in the fight, the Wily Machine. Alright, he's got the cannon down. No lag snakes, though. So he's going to lose a bit of time here. He's got to get up in his face with the jet now and go to work fast. Mash. You can only have 2 rush jet bullets on the screen at once. He's running out of health. He's going to go that. And Kyle's already back in the lead now. And I think just like that, Kyle is going to win just on this fight alone. Now, he's probably 15 seconds ahead, which realistically is going to give him 2 chances. Kyle probably needs to get punched by Gamma with the spiked fists. I don't know why they allow that in the ring, but that's really going to be the only shot that Jaspix has at this point. You'd like to say Kyle's going to be too careful for that, but accidents happen. We're going to find out after the fact. That shot's not going to do it. But that's not going to give Jaspix enough time either, at least on stream. That's going to do it for Kyle at 47:22. Jaspix is through part 1 of the fight. I don't know whose stream is further ahead. But Jaspix is going to... He switched to top. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's going to actually use what is probably the intended strat of jumping on top of the fist to get on top of the ledges to jump right through with the top spin. Somebody hasn't typed .done, I think. Hang on, we will consult the race room. I think the problem might be that we have a first-time racer. So RaceBot coming back with a 47.24 for Kyle. And we're waiting to hear from Jaspix. We're not sure where he is as far as race chat goes. But certainly it looks like Kyle fought off a little bit of adversity there. Did not give up and came through. Would have been a little safer if he did not have that trouble in Wily 2 the second time around, but the knowledge of the quick kill on the Pinbot proved to be the difference of this race. This also now marks the second, at least single game tournament in a row where somebody has had a soft lock and then still won the race. I'm trying to think if that happened at all during the 46 Robot Master tournament, since it is it's Quickman stage where you can soft lock in the middle of the stage. You can technically soft lock the exact same way against Gemini Man in the first go around with Gemini. It's a lot less common then, since you usually don't have a true weakness or anything that's that effective against them. You can get it with Shadow Blades, it's just very tricky to do. You basically have to be trying to get it. So we've got Jaspix typing in .done a little belatedly. RaceBot officially at the moment with a 49.35, but we all know it's a little lower than that.